well, I guess it's time for my obligatory I made a mini VR video. So this map is called Archetype Royale Season 1, and it's an XL mini VR. It's not fully done yet, but I thought I'd tour it now. It's an XL mini VR made for about 24 players that I built over a pretty alright time period. So starting off over on Spawn Island, we have this hangar there. Now I was originally going to have the battle bus prop somewhere here, but I decided against it because it was like 5,000 memory and I wasn't really willing to pay that cost for a bus. And this is one of the features that I really like. It's an iteration of a feature from my test map, Remix Royale. But essentially at the start of the game you come in here, you step in one of these zones and you roll for your loot pool. So on launch there's classic loot, close encounters and high explosives, but over time I could add more, like for example the Wild West game mode or Unvaulted. And Spawn Island is just kind of a mix, so we've got the forest biome, we've got the like autumn mushroom biome. So I think it's best we start in terms of the order in which I built the POIs. So coming up first is Shady Shipment. Shady Shipment acts as a dockyard for the island. It has, well, it's got 3 warehouses and it's a nice little barge parked up. What I really like about it personally is just the shape of the POI. It was the first thing I built, and the first thing I built on the map, I thought it turned out pretty well. So coming in here, we've got this little place. It's very cold and it's a bit chilly. This little building was actually inspired by the snow factory that was in Chapter 2 Season 1's Winterfest. And coming in here, we've just got like a chill little storage building. It's nothing much, but I think it adds to it. And then this is a slurp building. There's very little slurp in here just yet, but they're getting there. Now this building, this is the music building. This is like a little DJ party. And I think this is very cool. So, yeah. And moving up onto the second POI, I actually use bird gas stations to this map because I like birds. Moving up to the second POI, we have Rosie Wheels. This place is my own take on like a Ritzy Row style POI. So here we have a Durr Burger, which is it's kind of like a mix of the neo-tilted and classical Durr Burger styles, and it's got a pizza pit. So that's why in my launch post I said it's like the rivaling food POIs, and then I kind of like one of these like sheer cliffs on either side of the POI, so I have them. Moving on this way, we have Flourishing Fields. Now this POI is just a very stereotypical farm POI, but it's something I really wanted to experiment with and learn to build better, so we've got it here. So we've got this little stable area, we've got this huge barn that they use to store stuff, and some dead scarecrows. Got a big pumpkin patch, cabbage patch, and it's pretty chill. It just sits on like the north coast of the island up here. So, moving over this way, this was actually the last POI I built, but this is Altia Automotives. Altia is actually a reference to the name of the island in one of my old maps. So yeah, this place is a bird gas station. I thought it was pretty fun to the gas station here because you buy a car and then you've got to go fuel it up here. But if you come inside the automotive factory, there's a process. So in comes the metal. The metal is crushed into the shape of the car, then it's painted, and then they take the cars off to whatever trucks are picking them up. And if you come in here, you can like come here and buy your car. Wait, this way you actually sign paperwork. Here we've got a server room. So that's Altia Automotives. It's essentially just one big building, but I like it. And a couple of small landmarks around the map too. So for example, this is Pod Cave, which is just a little fish sticks restaurant sat out on a cape. And I've also got a few destroyed houses across the map as well, because I think they just add to the world and make it a little bit more alive. So coming up next, we're going to go to Shroom Stop. Now this place is my personal favourite POI in the map. Sometimes I feel like it doesn't fit, but it's kind of tucked away its own little corner, so I think it's got like a vibe to it. Just near it, we have this place called Altia Rentals, inspired by the same thing. It's actually a remake of a POI from that map. But back to Shroom Stop. So we got a little bookshop. We got this big gardening store named for one of my friends. It's pretty nice. There's a little under construction building because truthfully I didn't know what to put here. Then over here we have this little building. Nice and suspicious because like they're having a meeting. And this guy, little guy in the window is spying on me. And up here we've got a pizza pit, so the kitchen, you come through here, some seats, back, there's 2 apartments in the roof. But yeah. Then following around the forest, I created these cool little landforms using some of the bug terrain pieces. And I combined them with the giant mushrooms. It was quite inspired by this one place in Snapshots, Adventure 2. Following the road up, we come to a remake of Fortnite Chapter 1's Starry Suburbs. I really did like Starry Suburbs, and I saw like Harvey Player's video where he remade Starry Suburbs in a Chapter 3 style, so I decided to have a crack at it myself. I decided to nestle it in the snow biome surrounded by mountains. So I feel like when you're walking along the streets, there's this really unique vibe to it. And I think especially when Christmas time comes and it's going to have all the festiveness, it's going to be really nice. I like this little road. I like this road because it's like dodgy, it's right on the cliffside, and we've got this bird here where the land between the gas station and the actual gas pumps is collapsed. And this right here is probably the highest point on the map. Coming to this, I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, coming down here, it's lake, moving into this dam. I just called water feed effects come out of the dam. It originally looked a lot different to this. And up here's just a little control room for the dam. So coming across this way, we're back at Shady Shipment, so we'll move inwards. Here's another little destroyed house. There's a car on the second floor. That was funny. We come up here, and this is Weeping Waters. It's the second biggest POI on the map. We got the Fortnite Chapter 2 Lazy Lake house right here, overlooking the lake. Got this huge tower with one of the features of this map, which is capture points. You claim these and they give you a mythic, but they tell everybody exactly what you're doing. So when you start to claim it and when you claim it transmits a message to the lobby. But to get a mythic, so I'd say it's worth it. And this is the bulk POI. We've got this big cabin, we've got a little truck shop here. Come through the back, we've got some toilets. And if you come at the top, pretty chill. The roof's a bit empty, but that's because there's going to be more in here during the upcoming Archetype event, which is what I call them the Fortnite. These little cabins. Each one is uniquely decorated on the inside. I prefer not to have all my things feel really similar, and then there's just a little garden shed. So, onto the final main POI, that is Ritzy Row. That's the biggest POI on the map, and it is inspired by a mix of classy condos from Snapshots Chapter 2 and a scrap POI from one of my old maps. And this bridge in the middle is inspired by Slappy Shores. So we come around, we'll go in order of all the shops. It's just like a regular little ice cream shop. We come in here, this is a Peely's banana stand. You don't really see many of these, but they essentially just sell bananas. I would have banana consumables, but the actual crop's broken right now. And this Maverick market is inspired by my friend Extrapix map, because his main character is called Maverick. So they felt suiting to have a POI called Maverick Market. And I got a lot of these little food trucks around the map because I feel like I just love the look of them. And we've got another McGuffins. Coming around here, this POI is construction for the Halloweens. And here we have an arcade because I truthfully was running out of ideas. And I thought the arcade worked well because these arcade machines are so cool. They're very exciting. And this, last but not least, this is another one of my own store brands. It's a Meowscles clothing store. So on the bottom floor it sells clothing. If you go to the top floor, and there's a sushi shop. Because Meowscles is a cat. So you can sell tins here, and they make sushi here, and they put it in here. Pretty cool. Then up top we have another bird, and we have not one, not two, but 3 little houses. This one is holding a bit of money. And alongside that, this map also has a variety of landmarks. So up here is the waterfalls. I call these Flora Falls because I mean they're just very nice waterfalls. And got this little shack. It's technically part of Weeping Waters, but yeah, it's pretty nice. It's inspired a lot by the place by Peely's cabin back in Fortnite Chapter 2. And coming over this way, we have this place. It's called Fishy in game, but that's because that's because in the future version I actually changed the name to Ducky Depths because there's a big duck here. Here it is. I love this prop. It's in almost all my maps. So yeah, that is most of this map. There's also Hey Man. Hello. It's pretty basic and not the most advanced or anything just yet because I tend to keep the first seasons of my maps quite basic. Get to grips with things, get a good amount of starting memory. So for example, it's about 85,000 for this map, maybe 83, 84. And then from there, I like to then build up and have crazy future seasons because I know I have the space to do these seasons, for example. So season 2, something big is coming here, and who knows for the future. I've got a lot of ideas planned, and that could become one of my favourite projects moving forwards. Thank you.